Alright everybody, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. Today is GunnMetal Customs Day. I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I did in the shop over the past week or so. This is a sign that I made for a viewer actually, but now also a customer. This is his logo. He's out in Colorado. He runs a smoker, a barbecue truck deal, which looks really cool. So he provided me this logo and we talked back and forth. And I had to convert this into something that I could cut on my cutter. So, for instance, like the bees right there, the middle is going to fall out if I don't do something like bridge that gap. Then the whole middle of the sign will fall out as well if I don't bridge those gaps or close them. So I had to go through and do that, which took me some time. And then there's also the issue of some of the detail in his logo. It's just not going to show up well in it's not going to be able to plasma cut out like you would want. So I had to go through, close up the things like the nose, the nostrils of the piggy's nose. I had to kind of hook them to the side. I had to take out some of the details in the hat and stuff like that. I had to close that border around where it says Buster's Barbecue, because otherwise the middle would have fallen out. And then once all that was done, I went ahead and I duplicated it, and I took all the elements out of it except for the background, and that's how I wound up with an exact copy of the back of it. Once I had an exact copy of the back of it, I went ahead and I changed the color of it, and then I brought the black forward so you can see what it looks like with a bit of contrast to it. And these kinds of things are always a bit of back and forth. It takes good communication with your customer. It takes good communication from your customer. Greg was great to work with, and he didn't like the black backing, so what he wound up with was the clear that you see here, the raw. And then in talking through that with him, you know, with a raw industrial kind of, you know, raw metal look, I thought it might look better if instead of using, normally I would tack weld extensions. I put little 1/4-20 extensions on the back, and then put the standoffs on that I got from McMaster-Carr. They're just, I think they're 1.5" standoffs. But I thought it might look better with the bolts showing through, so that's what we did with the stainless panhead 1/4-20 bolt showing through. And then the lights are just your typical LEDs. These are sold specifically for sign making. They're IP65 certified, so they can withstand rain. They're sealed up. They're attached with VHB, 3M VHB backing. And I actually went through and I zip tied them to the standoffs just in case. I'm a little concerned about the heat that this thing might see, but it has another 1.5" standoff to the smoker, and then the backing is covered in Reflectix, which is a heat shield product. So I'd say that all worked out pretty well. You can see me cutting it here. It cut out without any real problems, and minor cleanup with went over it with the wire wheel, and it was ready for paint and lights. Once I had this painted, I got Greg's approval, and I went ahead and final assembled it, and it went on its way to Colorado. So not too bad of a job to do, pretty easy. Working with Inkscape is fairly easy, especially if the customer provides a logo already. I don't design logos. I'm not an artist, unfortunately, but I can work with things that people give me. So yeah, that's the story of Buster's Barbecue. I wish I could have some. If I'm ever in Colorado, I'm definitely going to hit Greg up for some. I would really like to go to Colorado because I'd love to go down some of the trails like Black Bear and Engineers Pass. I'm an engineer. I would love to go down Engineers Pass in my Toyota. That's something that's on the bucket list. So anyway, pretty straightforward short video today. Not a lot to this. It's a pretty simple project for me here in the shop. As always, you can see us on GunnMetalCustoms.com. The website's there on the screen. Let us know if we can help you. And if you have any questions about how I did this, or you have a plasma table or whatever, feel free to hit me up below. I'll see if I can help you. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on The Driveway Engineer.